Good Monday morning and welcome to Preparing for Prosperity. I'm AJ Harrison. Today is Monday, the 14th of August, 2023. And for today's episode, we just have kind of a catch up and insights on what's going on around the homestead. I am doing everything solo for 2 weeks, and I'm appreciating my wife more and more every minute that she's gone. So on top of all of the day-to-day things that I do, my wife is the one that waters the garden, does the weeding, takes care of the chickens. The kids take care of the dog that doesn't like me. And it's been eventful the last few days. Today is day 6 of them being gone? Nope, day 5. And I'm repeatedly finding myself forgetting about certain tasks until it's like, whoa, I got to go do that right now and drop everything. So, interesting thing about doing the chores is I'm actually intolerant to the chicken dander. So doing all of the chicken things is quite taxing for my asthma. So I get to put on a mask and wear gloves and then change my clothes when I'm done, so that I don't just go into miserable can't breathe mode for the rest of the day. So that's fun. But anyway, the garden is doing fantastic. Sarah has done a really, really good job of tending to everything so far this year. We have tomatoes on the vines. There are several different types of peppers growing in the greenhouse. The zucchinis and the yellow squash and the little cucumbers for pickles are all doing really, really well. I went to the Western Montana Fair this morning and picked up the pumpkin that she got first place with. Nice purple ribbon there for her. It's one of our polar bear pumpkins, and they are doing fantastic this year. Those are one of my favorite pumpkins now, but I'm pretty sure that they're Sarah's favoriteest pumpkin. So we'll be putting a picture of that up on social media with the little sticker for the prize on there. And it's pretty exciting times. The strawberries are pretty well to bed for the year. The raspberries, blueberries, and blackberries are doing really, really well, or at least they were doing really well until there were 7 bucks in the back this morning that put a good hurting on them. So went out there and shooed them away. And man, I really, really wish we could take care of those a different way and recoup some of the profits and stuff that we've lost out of those, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. But sadly, this is a draw-only district, and I have never, in the 14 years I've lived in this house, been able to draw a permit because it's considered a trophy area, even though there's legitimately probably 35 or 40 very large buck deer hanging around that are just a nuisance. It's kind of a fairly populated rural area that we have, and they just kind of go from yard to yard, and they don't ever get hunted, and they have no pressure, and so they're just pests. So, yep, there's that. I have the freeze dryer cooling right now. Today we're gonna do a batch of ice cream sandwiches. Just cheapo, generic, great value ice cream sandwiches. I've never done them before, and this is going to be a fantastic experiment. So I'm going to go ahead and cut them in half so that they're square-ish. I'll put them in the freeze dryer. I've got to double check on how long that they should take, but our freeze dryer's been pretty good on telling us, if it needs more dry time or not. It's actually been pretty good. I think we've been blessed to get one of the good harvest rights that's never had an issue. So that's going on in there. Had some milk in there. I need to go ahead and finish getting all that taken care of from there. And then I think the next thing I'm going to do, just kind of depending on how everything goes, is going to be to try to do a recipe and then go ahead and freeze dry that and portion it so that we have like a soup or a stew or something along those lines for backpacking and hunting season coming up and stuff like that. Now, I don't know if I'm actually going to get to that or not, because I just checked my hayfield this morning on the way back from picking up the pumpkin, and that 50 acres is going to be ready to cut tomorrow morning. The irrigation's off, and So kind of excited about that. That saying, make hay while the sun shines. If you're going to do hay, or anything to do with hay, it's very like when it's ready, and that's the thing that rules all things. So if I don't get to doing that freeze-dried meal, that's going to be okay. I'm going to try to find something else to supplement it so we can keep the freeze dryer running. So, for those of you that don't know, we have a large Harvest Right freeze dryer, and it has the 5 trays. Holds about 16 to 20 pounds of food is what it's advertised at. And we absolutely love the freeze dryer. One of my favorite things is the freeze-dried raw eggs. Makes the most uniform and nicest like scrambled eggs and omelets that you've ever seen, just because of the way it's done. So that's what's going on in the freeze dryer. I've got a project in the house going on, as well as grandma's house while the family is gone. I've taken all of the stuff out of the master bedroom and kind of stuffed it in the kids' rooms, and I've done all of the patch repair. We had a couple nail pops and stuff like that, and primed, and now I'm painting our bedroom and putting the last of the flooring in. We took out all the carpet in the house, and we've put in this matching like, it's a fake hardwood is what it is. But it was cheap, and we knew that we had kids that were going to ruin it, and it's way better for my asthma than carpet, so that's what we did. So working on that when it's too hot outside, and trying to work on grandma's house while it's not too hot outside, on top of all the other chores. I got the last couple pieces of sheetrock up in there, other than the bathroom, 2 days ago, and now I am set and ready to start hot mudding some of the oopses from the RotoZip, and start taping some seams, and it should be moving along nicely now. I'm going to do the bathroom. I got to go get more sheetrock. I was a little stingy when I decided I was going to do it all out of 5/8 in order to save the drop. And I had a cut sheet laid out, and my dad came over a couple times and helped me hang some sheetrock, and I wasn't paying attention to the cut sheet, so I have quite a bit more drop than I wanted. So I'm a little bit short, and I just decided, well, I'll just hang 1/2 inch all over in the bathroom. It'll be easier. It'll be way lighter weight, and I need 3 sheets to do the whole thing. So I'm going to get going on taping that, and then the next time I have to take the truck to town, I'm going to go ahead and grab that 1/2 inch light rock. And that stuff is so easy to throw up, it'll take not very long. The biggest regret I have in this whole process is putting that 5/8 sheetrock all through that house, and using 12-foot sections. Big, heavy, unwieldy, and trying to turn a 12-foot sheet of sheetrock around in 12.5 feet is a challenge. It sucks. And it's heavy, and it's awkward, and I was stupid for doing that. But we learn new things every time we do a task, and if I ever do this again, I know what I will not be doing. So I had originally thought about hanging 7/16 OSB on the inside and then putting the light rock on top of it. I wanted a little bit more rigidity, and even though it's only sheetrock, you can use 5/8 for a little bit of shear for your walls. So that's part of the reason why we did that. So that's going on. We don't have any catering right now, but I'm getting close to starting up with catering again. I had 6 weeks off because of the propane job, and I just didn't really want to be working 100 days straight. And we had that trip, the float trip, planned already. So my first catering job again is on the 2nd, and I have 4 catering jobs in September, and I have 2, I believe, in October, and then catering is done for the season, and I'm getting excited about that. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Just hanging out and everything. This is a pretty short one, but I've got a ton going on today, and even though it's not a super duper long one, I wanted to keep with my commitment on being here today. So with that, guys, I will see you Wednesday when we kind of deep dive into some freeze drying topics and some recipes and some tips and tricks. And from there, Friday we'll have a single topic show where we just kind of dive into one specific topic for the duration. And yeah, I'm excited about the new schedule. So I'm AJ Harrison. This is Preparing for Prosperity, and I will talk to you guys on Wednesday.